it's me again, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my March book haul. I read 6 books. I have 5 physically here, as you can see, and then 1 that was an ebook. I read 3 books that were on my TBR, and let's just go ahead and get started with the books that I read. So the first book I read is A Spark Within the Forge by Sabaa Tahir with Nicole Adelfinger and Sonia Leigh. These are like the graphic novel prequels to An Ember in the Ashes, and then this one we follow Laya and Darwin, and this is when they're living with their grandparents and how Darwin got with the person who made like the swords and their backstory with that. I really enjoy this. I love how we got the backstories for all of this, and I absolutely love like the artwork and how we got to see where they're from. I think that was very important, you know, to get that. And I really enjoy this. I love these like background stories because we get a sense of the characters before we get a sense of their stories, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Fairytale Volume 11 by Hiro Mashima, and this is the one where it's that guild of magical people. In this one we follow Ezra's backstory, why she got taken in the previous volume, and we figure how Ezra became Ezra, how Ezra became so strong. We meet Ezra's actual brother and figure out why she never speaks of him and why she never speaks of her backstory, and it's just them trying to figure out how to stop the people who kidnapped Ezra and to help her move on. Absolutely love this. Give this a 5 out of 5 stars again because I just love fairy tale so freaking much, and I cannot wait to read the next one, which is of course going to be on my TBR for April. I then finally read My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. So in this one we follow a girl named Millie who is a professor at UC Santa Barbara, but she's like never been able to have, you know, relationships. The last relationship she had was with a coworker of hers, and it ended really badly that she can barely be seen with him on campus. So when her and her group of friends, she's like the only girl in this gang of guys, decide for when President Obama is supposed to be visiting their campus to go on a basically like a Tinder and find dates, they kind of make fun of her first profile. So she makes a second one and she ends up talking to her best friend Reed. She is secretly talking to him and she develops so much feelings to him. I love this. It made me laugh, it made me cry, and I gave this I think a 4 out of 5 stars. I can't remember. I'm gonna look up like my Goodreads when I'm done with this, and I'm gonna put it somewhere on the eye. This is my first Christina Lauren book, and I think you can tell when reading who's writing like what chapters. Like, okay, this is definitely by one person, this is definitely by another one, and I'm very excited to read, you know, next one. Like, comment down below which one I should read next. But this was a very cute like friends to lovers, especially because when Reed's family knows Millie and Millie knows Reed's family, but the thing was with this one, Millie was so secretive, so it made like their relationship a little bit more harder. I'm going to be doing a book review on this later on this month, so be on the lookout for that. But again, I think I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, I want to say. And then I started my Harry Potter reread. So I of course read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is the one that it's Hagrid and him at Diagon Alley, and then on the back it's him and his parents at the Mirror of Erised, and then on the side when you line them all up it looks like Hogwarts. Everyone knows what Harry Potter is. At least once a year I try to do a Harry Potter reread, and it just reminds me so much like what they missed out in the movies and why I really fell in love with this series, if that makes sense. And I was just really excited to read this, so I give this a 4 out of 5 stars, I think. I then read the Tea Dragon, the second book, and in this one we follow a girl who finds a dragon who has just woken up from an 80-year sleep. He doesn't remember how he fell asleep. He's supposed to be the protector of this village, and you know, even though he's a dragon and he says that they live forever, 80 years is still 80 years for them. So when this girl's uncle comes, which we have met him in the first book, and they try to find him, this person who put them to sleep, the girl helps him get reintroduced back to the society, get reintroduced back to the village. It's very cute. It's a very quick read. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I do want to read, I think there's only 3 books in the series, so I do want to read the 3rd one. And I then read Pages & Co., The Book Wanderer Book 1 by Anna James, and in this one we follow a little girl named Tilly, and she lives with her parents at her grandparents at a bookshop. She has been told her entire life her father is dead. He died when her mom was pregnant with her, and her mom is just gone. She's been a missing person. So when we're reading one of her favorite books, Alice Adventure in Wonderland, and she's exploring the bookstore, Alice is there and so is Anne from Anne of Green Gables. And Tilly is wondering if she's losing her mind. So when she goes to see her grandparents, she sees her grandfather talking to Sherlock Holmes and her grandmother talking to someone from Little Women. She thinks she's losing it. Her grandparents tell her that she is a book wanderer, much like her mother and much like her. So while learning of that, she also learns other things, that she is considered half fictional because her mother fell in love with a book character and had her. She's wondering this entire time if her mother is really missing or if her mother is trapped inside a book waiting for them to get her. I absolutely love this book. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I want to do a book review on this too, and I have the second book, so I can't wait to read that as well. But I really did freaking enjoy this. I love this. Takes place in London, by the way. We get introduced to the society of, you know, the book wandering world, how there's book wanderers, what book wanderers to, how there's different people in it, but then we get some evil stuff in here too. So this was very cute. You do get some like illustrations in this. Tilly has a best friend named Oliver who somehow can book wander too, thanks to his grandmother being like an illustrator for children's books. And I just love the science behind this. I love this book so much, and I'm so happy I've read it this month after owning it since like December, and I can't wait to read the next one. So those are the 6 books I read in the month of March. I'll be leaving my here 2 videos you guys should go check out. I try to post 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes that gets in the way, sometimes work and school get in the way, and I will hopefully see you guys very, very soon with another video. Bye guys.